Currently, I have 7 out of 23 LEGO games platinumed on my quest to complete all of them before we hit 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you want to make this challenge even harder, then drop a like, subscribe right now. But anyways, today's game is the LEGO Movie 2. This is obviously the sequel to the first LEGO Movie game, and to be completely honest with you all, it is by far the worst LEGO game I have played yet. There isn't a single real level in this game, and it solely just consists of you doing these super odd objectives. And the cleanup is even more odd. 0 gold bricks, 0 red bricks, 0 character tokens. It is solely about these master purple brick BS that you get from random ones scattered throughout, and then the missions that the NPCs in the worlds give you. Overall, it sucks, and nearly everyone agrees with that statement. LEGO Movie 2 has 51 trophies in it, which is the usual for LEGO games. Most are from story, and then just for 100% completion of each world. You begin with an opening scene seeing the new enemy of the game, which is these super weird looking aliens as they call it. Scary. Also, Lucy, who is the emo girl baddie from the first game, sort of does my job this entire time and just voiceovers every tiny thing that happens. In fact, if I got stuck in the bathroom, she'd probably add it to her monologue. But you play as Emmett to start off with and are trying to find Lucy, as a matter of fact. She is behind these blockaded doors, as we find out from the kitty person right here. And then we got to use the game's wonderful build feature for the first time. And you have to make a micromanager to shoot away the obstruction. But after she got freed, just like how she got let out of rehab 3 years ago, we got a trophy for doing that. We then cosplayed as Lucy, since you can change character freely at any time. And we were given these scanner goggles, which give you new crafting recipes. Anyways, we had to make multiple bouncers to travel up this makeshift tower to our objective. While here, I also heard a chest sound, so I went to investigate it like a bad Friday night. And I found a chest just sitting here, so I aggressively punched it open because why not? And we got a trophy for opening our first chest. Inside the chest was also these relic things, which are how they give you characters and other things needed in the future. A bit later, I ended up getting jumped by these aliens who probably have less brain power than the average human, so I did this special move to really show them what's up, and we got a trophy. I also had to put out some fires with a sprinkler, which worked because it's a LEGO game. And then the big boy aliens showed up in a relatively scary ship that did make my balls drop. But we got to use this turret system against them, which made it easier to not die. There was then a boss fight with some giant creature thing over in the ruins of this wasteland. And I'm not gonna lie, the boss fights are actually pretty fun in this game. And it's about the only thing that is worth paying the $40 for it. I still feel scammed. But you have to basically just trick the dumb boss into smashing its head right on into an electrified pool of water, so you can then climb all over it and get inside. Now, I love going inside, so once in, I tried to spend as much possible time there. And you have to punch these pink things in its body, I think, in order to shut it down pretty much. Anyways, we had to repeat that process of going in and out a few times before reaching the climax of the fight and winning. And of course, a trophy popped after. So that is it for the first world's main story, and I still needed to find 12 master bricks before I was allowed to leave. And after a little scavenging, I did it, and then got a trophy on my way out. We then landed in this place called Apocalypseburg or something. I don't know why they keep making up words. Anyways, this is actually the final world you will do, because it requires you to have everything in the game to finish it. It's just great. So I did the very small story of building a single building here and got a trophy, followed by another for using the shop, which we just built. I then constructed Emmett's house, which is actually a multiple world traveling spaceship also, because yes, and got trophy. We then landed on these asteroids, which are apparently a world. I don't understand. Anyways, there wasn't any boss fights here, which is hella lame. However, I did finish some story thing where I had to help this guy wrangle in his raptors, and once I did that, I got a trophy. We then pretty much were just left with only needing 10 master bricks. Low-key, that was the most pointless world yet, and I don't know what the story of this game is. It's so bad. I then got a little bit lost as to where I was supposed to go next because they didn't tell me. So I just swapped back and forth between worlds for a few minutes before the next one I needed opened up and let me in. This world is in a jungle and is honestly a decently fun experience, although it is very annoying you can't cut corners through the trees and must stay on the path. But the planet is run by Unikitty, I think. Maybe not, but she is there, and after we did some quests for her, it gave us a trophy. And thank the Lord this world has another boss fight, because I was low-key starting to fall asleep, I'm not gonna lie. This time, instead of tricking the thing into smashing its face on electrified water, we instead just colored these spiked objects a pretty color, and the idiot then ate it in one gulp. Now that's low-key brutal. But we did the same thing as last time and had to break these pink or purple objects inside its body over and over until it finally died. I then left the world and got another in addition. We then made it to this very odd world called Harmony City. Inside they have super weird housing. Oh, actually, my apologies. This is just what housing looks like in New York City. Oh my god! But the main story point was just nothing, so that's cool. And all I really had to do was get the pirate guy back in our team, and now we can use him to do puzzles, which gave me a trophy. We then did some parkour to just leave the area, and once leaving, another trophy popped. I then made it to the sorting area world, where it's just a world full of garbage. And our entire objective was to help along one of the garbage buses or something. Now, this is peak gaming, let me tell you. There was another boss fight here, of course, because it has been 2 worlds now, and that is the formula, if you couldn't tell. This time, instead of electrifying or choking hazard, we just have to position the poisonous garbage into this very specific arm that will suck up anything, and I mean anything. But overall, it's like the same objective as the last 2 boss fights, and I'm already tired of it. It is no longer cool. So yeah, here are the 2 trophies for the boss fight, and then leaving the level finally. We then reached the final level, actually. Thank the Lord, I hate this game. But I got a trophy nearly right away after saving Batman from the scary aliens, and he then gave me the bat grappling hook. And the final boss fight for this game actually had no fighting. All you did was parkour on these very annoying clouds that blow up a lot. So I won't lie, I did fall a lot because LEGO game parkour isn't the greatest. And the fight ends with you using this tether power and like breaking this heart or something. Now my heart's been broken before, so I understand the pain all these LEGO characters go through. But this ending was like unironically hilarious. Instead of giving us more story or like one more level, they literally just had Lucy voiceover for like 4 minutes explaining everything. And I low-key felt like I was just watching a YouTube video. It was ridiculous. But after the credits and dance party, we got a trophy for beating the entire game. And then I also left that final world, which gave me another trophy. So now it's time for the cleanup. And we get to now go do the same objective across like 10 different worlds. The ultimate total of master bricks that needs to be collected for 100% completion is 475. I don't even have 100, by the way. So this is going to take a while. But I began the grind by heading to the very first world we ever got thrown into unwillingly. And after some side quests and other nonsense, I got a trophy for swapping characters to the General Mayhem or some BS. Low-key, if the story made sense, maybe I'd know who the spacesuit looking ass is, but I have no clue. Also, I had yet to redeem any of my relics in the shop, so when I went in and just hit open all, I got a load of items and 2 trophies for doing that. I also ended up inside of some country-ass pit fighting scene with aliens. This is probably going on right now somewhere out in Montana, to be honest. But I managed to get over 1 million studs collected and got a trophy for being richer than Bruce Wayne, which is definitely not true. And my final side quest to complete just had me build a few generators for these fine people in the Wasteland, which in return gave me the final master brick and a trophy for completing the first world. I then went to the asteroid world and got a trophy nearly instantly after smashing some bricks and collecting a total of over 1,000. And my final side quest thing here was done by doing a race, actually. Now these are weird because some don't require vehicles, but this one did, and it was actually a ship. Also, pretty much every single vehicle in this game is like extremely slow, and it takes out the fun part of racing completely. It's actually quite sad. But anyways, I went to the jungle planet next and did some more races before reaching 50 master bricks again. And on Harmony City, I had 49 out of 50 before buying the final one, since you have to do that on every single world as a matter of fact, which will come to haunt me later. On the sorting planet, my final objective was to put some sticker on this guy's sticker board. Low-key, he must be on the spectrum because nobody just looks at stickers for fun, unless you're high, of course. Anyways, I went to clean up the last main story world and opened a ton more relics again, which gave me 2 more trophies. And then the final side quest I had to do was simply planting and then taking pictures of this girl and her flowers. So now I have done all the main story worlds aside from the final one we are waiting to do until the end. But there is a bunch of these smaller worlds about locations from the previous game that I still yet to finish. And on each one, there's actually a small story you need to do for a trophy. First, we went to the Wild West, and all you gotta do is capture some bandits around the world, take them to jail, and then the trophy is yours. I then found all the master bricks a few minutes later, and that was it for the Wild West trophies. The next world was all medieval this time, and the story here was low-key fire. We did lots of night stuff. So yeah, here's the trophy for beating that. I then collected the 25 master bricks in succession, and I'm starting to feel like these objectives are all the same thing, and I'm going crazy. Oh wait, they are. Okay, maybe I'm not crazy. Oh my god! We also went to Unikitty's world, which I swear she has been on like all of them so far, but you know, whatever. And we finished her main story that was so bland, I can't even remember what it was about. But a trophy is a trophy, as a trophy is a trophy. We also got a trophy for getting all 25 master bricks again. Alright, so I'm already tired of saying the same thing over and over for these dumb worlds that have no story or depth. And I imagine these are as interesting as a guy who is 5'4" to a girl. So here's all the trophies for cleaning up these random worlds. Okay, so we finally reached the final world in the game, that one with the weird name. Here you have to build a ton of buildings that once spawned in, then have a little guy that gives you a quest in order to receive the master brick for the world. Overall, it is very, very confusing at first, but the way I did it was by just praying to the Lord Jesus Christ our Savior. That's what I'm saying. No, I'm just kidding. I ended up opening so many damn golden relics I had gathered every single item in the game, which then made the process of spawning these in, doing the objective, which was usually just giving someone something, and then deleting them to the shadows, extremely easy. Before that, I did shoot 50 stickers though, and got a trophy. I also got a trophy for trying to build in a no-build area, and another for building 20 buildings here on the final world. Then all I had left was one more master brick before the platinum trophy. Now I was extremely lost because I know I have done everything I could, But maybe, just maybe, I missed a building in this list since they don't take away the master brick icon once you complete it. However, I did get the final master brick from this shop since I forgot to buy it. So, yeah, skill issue. And then the final trophy popped with the platinum trophy right after. Lego Movie 2 video game sucks. I hated it. And not only because the first game was actually way better, but because the first game was extremely way better.